Hello and welcome to this GCSE explainer on impacts of rapid economic development in Nigeria on quality of life and the environment. So we've seen already that population is increasing rapidly here in Nigeria, from around 110 million people in 1995 through in 2018. We're approaching 200 million people, and at the same time, the gross national income per person in Nigeria has also skyrocketed. So, from just over 2,000 US dollars per person all the way up to over 5,000. And what that's mean is it's seen Nigeria streak away from this low income category, out of low middle income and up into upper middle income. Now, in terms of impact on the quality of life of the people in Nigeria, it means the under 5 mortality rate has fallen as that gross national income's gone up. So 211 per thousand in 1981 down to 75 in 2018, which is still high, but falling, which is great news. The life expectancy's gone up and it's even bigger than 54 now. From 2010 to 2015, the amount of people with electricity's gone up, and the literacy rate's gone up as well. So a lot of the figures there aren't brilliant, but the population are living better lives as a result. But don't forget, still about 60 million people in Nigeria live below the poverty line. Okay, so it's not even development, even though things are progressing and improving. In terms of the environment, it is developing rapidly and has many major industries, but that has consequences on the national environment. So there's issues with oil spills, industrial pollution, deforestation, desertification, and issues associated with the rapid growth of urban areas. So in terms of oil spills, oil's a vital industry from Nigeria as it brings in a lot of export earnings, but it's a dirty industry and can damage the environment. So oil spills contaminate water sources if the oil meets it and ruins the aquatic ecosystem. Oil spills in the Niger Delta are caused by pipeline and tanker incidents, lack of maintenance of pipelines, sabotage, some people actually steal the oil out the pipelines, and non-functioning equipment. So in 2011, Shell said they spilt 17.5 million litres of crude oil into the Niger Delta, and you can see that on this map here. That's all the oil spills in the Niger Delta from Amnesty International. If you click on if you go to that link there, labs@mapbox.com/amnesty, it tells you when the oil spill was and what happened. Okay. In 2008 and 2009, two massive oil spills in the fishing town of Bodo had a catastrophic impact. I'll show you a little bit of video for that in a minute. Thick black oil leaked into rivers and creeks for weeks, killing fish and robbing people of their livelihoods. And Shell, who operated the pipelines, understated the volume of oil spilled and offered the community $4,000 in international. Now, with the help of Amnesty International, the Bodo community took legal action, and Shell admitted making false statements and paid the community $55 million in compensation. Okay, so you can see some of the damage here.
Because you can feel it, and the depth is so much that, look at it, as much as this, you're feeling the oil.
My name is Pastor Christian Lekobapande, a fish farmer in Bodo. My means of income is no longer there. So the living will become hard. To feed is different, very difficult. To take care of the children, I lost the entire community, and the workers who were working here too, all of them are redundant. And because they can't go to fish. Now as you see, all the whole place where there was fish, no fish, all the ecosystem, all is dead.
On top of that horrific oil pollution, you've got industrial pollution as well. So many industries in Nigeria are growing quickly, often more quickly than regulation can monitor and manage. And the contributing factors to pollution are reliance on using solid fuels for cooking, so that's wood and things like that. Industry, as we've pointed out above, burning waste and traffic pollution. There are an estimated 10,000 illegal small-scale industries in Nigeria, and those industries have increased waste which damages groundwater supplies. They emit dust and other pollutants into the air, which can result in respiratory and heart problems for people. And in 2016, Onitsha, which is a booming port city in southern Nigeria, recorded 30 times more than the World Health Organization's recommended levels of PM10, which is dust particles, and that made it the world's most polluted city for air quality for that pollutant. There's also issues with deforestation, because economic development has been bad for the forests in Nigeria. As of 2005, Nigeria had the highest rate of deforestation in the world, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. In a 5-year period, it lost 55.7% of its primary forests, and the forests were cleared for logging, timber export, subsistence farming, and also wood for fuel, which is problematic in Western Africa. And that's bad for the environment because it's bad for soils, which can be quickly eroded. It releases CO2 into the atmosphere, and it results in a loss of biodiversity. Desertification is another problem because a lot of people are over farming, which is damaging dryland ecosystems and degrading the tree and the plant cover. In northern Nigeria, desertification threatens the livelihoods of 40 million people, and the area accounts for about 35% of the total area, and key areas of livestock rearing and agricultural production for beans, soya beans, millet, sorghum, tomatoes, melons, peppers and onions. Desertification is being fueled by poor land use, unsustainable grazing practices, deforestation, and also the consumption pressures associated with a growing population, and the government's trying to tackle that with tree planting schemes. And then finally, the urban areas like Lagos, Abuja have challenges to deal with in protecting the natural environment. Water pollution is a major problem because there's uncontrolled disposal of things like raw sewage, sediment carrying runoff. Deadly waterborne diseases exist in the water, cholera and diarrhea affecting people as a result. Air pollution is bad as well. In cities like Lagos, they have very dirty air, dangerous levels of nitrous oxides, volatile or organic compounds, and then particulate matter. There's problems with waste because a lot of the big cities like Lagos don't have comprehensive citywide based systems of collection of waste. And there's also problems with traffic congestion, with rising car ownership and wealth, contributing to more cars in Nigeria, which give more noise and air pollution. Okay, so I hope that's been a useful summary on environmental issues from rapid urban and economic development in Nigeria.